Commonwealth Secretariat about how we can look at social enterprise as a way in which we can tackle climate change. And obviously the goal is to provoke some thought, give you some information to consider that when you're making recommendations to COP21 in Paris. Okay? So, firstly, I've been seeing lots of exciting photos. I've been looking at your Twitter profile particularly. You've been tweeting away, haven't you? Yes, you, the lovely lady from Kingston, Jamaica, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you follow me?
I think I did. If I haven't, I should follow you.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow you.
And I saw, yeah, good. And I saw a picture of you next to the lady next to you, leading your head over her. Yeah, I've been stalking you. Yeah. So it's been such a pleasure seeing the work that you've done already, which I want to hear more about actually after this session. But what I'm going to be talking to you today about, and obviously I've got limited time in 15 minutes, it's more as an introduction to the topic and to provoke thought. And then in the 30 minutes that we've got following that, I'd love to start that conversation further and have a little bit of a thought process where we think of potential specific recommendations that you could put together on this topic. Okay? So first of all, I'm going to tell you a story, because everything great starts with a story, okay? So it's a story about frogs. So lots of frogs in a bucket, yeah? Literally at the bottom of the bucket, lots of frogs. They're all like, oh, I'm never going to get out of here. What are we going to do? Has anybody ever heard this frog story? No? Okay. They're like, we're never going to get out. What are we going to do? Oh no, it's never going to happen. It's just way too high. Never going to get out of here. Oh, what are we going to do? One little frog at the back of the bucket leaps up and jumps out of the bucket. How was he able to do that? It's a real question. What's that? Drank Red Bull? No one's ever said that ever. I love it. So you got wings, so I get it. Oh, good. See, that's good marketing there. They've done well to get to you with that slogan. It's not that. I don't think frogs can drink Red Bull. I certainly wouldn't recommend you trying it. What else?
Jump on each other.
Honey, to jump on, climb on other people to get ahead is not the moral of the story.
Cooperate.
I like it. I get what you mean. That's not the answer. Should I tell you what the answer is? The little frog was deaf. The point is that people will always try and create reality for you. They will say it can never happen. We can never happen. Oh, what are we going to do? Oh my God, it's just never going to happen. What are we going to do? That becomes your reality, yeah? But sometimes, especially within certain processes like this, you're going to have to be very focused on what it is that you're trying to achieve, and then find a way to do that together, you know? So I just wanted to begin with that. So my name is Melody Hossaini. I am the founder and CEO of a social enterprise called Inspire Engage International, as my lovely colleagues here said in the introduction. But I would just love if super quickly, I know you guys know each other, but I don't know you, and although I asked you a few questions, now going on to your ideas for recommendation, and this is what we're going to be chatting about in a minute, and I'm happy to have a dialogue with you and bounce a couple of ideas and so forth. But here's the idea, right? What if we said, here are the targets, here is what we need to do in order to tackle climate change, yeah? Here are the CO2 level emission targets we want to be hitting, or whatever it is, yeah? Then, on this side, you have young people who are volunteering to improve their communities and safeguard their environment. A lot of young people who are volunteering and are doing these things, at some point need to go and get a real job to have an income. Yeah, right? That's
reality.
That's reality. But here's what I did. I was part of that. I volunteered for 11 years. And then I did a law degree, I have a qualified law degree, and I got a place at Oxford Institute of Legal Practice to do my LPC. I was going to go into human rights law and do all of that. But then 2 weeks before I graduated, oh don't worry, I still graduated, but 2 weeks before I graduated, I was thinking about all the things I was going to do after uni, and I was getting my offers through for my LPC and my Oxford Institutes, blah, blah, blah. And I thought to myself, God, if I've been volunteering for 11 years without getting paid, and I'm building up this level of expertise and contacts and insight and passion and all of these things, that should be my career, right? So from volunteering and young people doing that and building all these things up, there's a natural bridge to social enterprise, because all of that volunteering, your passion and all these things doesn't go to waste, and then instead you can get an income from it while still making a difference. And then we're not letting go of all these incredible talent in young people who could be doing that. And social enterprise offers a model for us to do that and still create jobs, because let me tell you, a lot of decision makers always care about the financial bottom line. But social enterprise isn't just about doing good, it's about, it contributes to the economy. You can use examples of the UK and how it's creating jobs, and even in your own countries, I'm sure the work that you do, I was hearing, is very important to those bottom lines. But it also makes a difference. So I would ask you to really consider how, a part of your recommendations, you could think of a plan to equip young people with the skills, because they still need the skills and models for how. Because let me tell you, what we have seen is that a lot of young people come from the social side of it, because social enterprise is two words: social, which is the issue, and the enterprise, which is the business. People who are very passionate about social and care about the good stuff aren't usually, and I say usually, aren't usually very business-minded and aren't very business-type people, but you need both in order to have a successful social enterprise. That was me. I was purely here. I hated business. I hate going to the bank. I hate dealing with cash. I never even did business studies at school. That was me. But you have to find a way for this model to work. And so we train people now on how to do that. And I would ask you to consider how part of your recommendation could potentially be, unless you have fantastic ideas, which you do, on how social enterprise could be your model to create change on climate change. So that's a little bit of my presentation, our story, what we do and why this is important. And stay in touch with me, and I'll be happy to take any questions and have a dialogue with you now. Thank you.